What's up, Libra? I wasn't gonna do yours today, but I guess I'll start. Okay. Um, if it does resonate, please let me know in the comments and like and subscribe. Also, cross watchers are welcome. All right, guys. Let's see. I'm just gonna try to pull some oracle cards for you. Um, just like something with the wood element for the Chinese zodiac sign could be significant during this raid. Like Path 33 could be significant. And you guys got dolomite for one of your crystals that could be beneficial for this month of March. So it does encourage self-realization, make it easier to be ourselves, and ensures stability. Example would be sudden outbursts. So you may have had a sudden outburst, maybe you did in the past, Libra. Because you had the inner flare at the bottom of the deck for one of the oracle cards. But this could be you having like a sudden release, emotional eruption. It's you clearing out energy that you've been bottling inside, passion, anger, sorrow, insight. All right. It also helps stabilize health, blood, heart, and circulation. So you may be somebody that might struggle with health issues, maybe like blood pressure. Maybe you take a lot of medications. Maybe something with your heart could be significant here, where you always constantly have to stabilize it in some way with taking some type of medication. Libra, that type of crystal, you having it around or on you could be beneficial at this time. It's also known for the bent crystal. Okay, that's like its nickname here. Okay. Anyways, let's jump in. Well, you had another oracle card too. You had grounded presence for one of your oracle cards. Okay. Grounded, confident, authentic presence, self acceptance, inner light, centeredness, radiating confidence. So you guys could be very confident at this time. Okay. The month of March could be very good for you right now. I think your last read, I don't think was that bad, Libra. I think the last read that I had for you, it was actually one of the, I don't remember it being silly, but I honestly can't remember. I don't think it was bad, as bad as some of the others, but you could be feeling more grounded at this time in the, especially during the month of March. Okay. So where you're used to like overthinking, maybe you used to overthink, or maybe things ticked you off very easily. It's like now you're kind of just like, you're the observer now. You're the watcher now. You're thinking more before you respond. Not saying that you never do that, but you may have just came out of a certain point in your life where you were kind of like being silent, or you were just like, it's like not you being silent, but it's like more of like you just being more open to expressing. Okay, so when you do get ticked off, you voice your opinion, or like you just kind of just state your opinion somehow. But like now is like you're in the type of mood where you're thinking before you respond, and it's more like, okay, do I have time for this argument? To what before you respond to a text message, you're kind of just reading over the text first before you respond, making sure, double checking that it doesn't sound smart, if you know what I mean. Um, and you could, I see a Libra here that's possibly going to be tapping into journaling this month. Okay, you do like to write. Somebody here is a writer, but it's like you're gonna be journaling more this month, I feel, because you are becoming more grounded. And it's like, if you're used to bottling up your feelings inside, and maybe you don't journal, that could also be really great for the grounded presence. Like, I do recommend journaling or just writing in general. You might actually go back to reading as well. So if you are used to reading, like, or having your cell phone like this, I feel like you're going to start putting down the phone and actually picking up a book, and you're going to be reading more. Okay? Because it can keep you grounded, especially when you're away from the phone. Somebody's on the phone too much. All right? All right, Libra. So your first card was Judgment. That's a major arcana. Jeez. It fell on the floor too when I was shuffling. So this is very like, it came out for a reason. The number 20 could be significant. Maybe something happened around the 20th of a month. Okay. Or the 30th, because with the Wheel of Fortune that could be, or no, not the 30th. Well, yeah, the 30th, because it's 10 here. Okay, so the number 30, number 20, the number 30, or the number 10 could be significant. But I'm getting here the number 20 and 30 could be significant where something happened on a certain month, possibly for you, where it was like with Judgment here, it's like, it's like you had an eye-opening experience in some way. Okay, where something happened here and it was like it triggered some type of spiritual awakening. Or I mean, we all have, like, for the most part, we all go through spiritual awakenings, right? Most of us. Okay, and if you, I feel like you went through one that was very specific, though, that highlighted some. And when I try to clarify it, because I had pulled these out, but that I really wanted to, it wasn't clarifying the Judgment card. Okay, so when I asked why Judgment was coming out, it said the High Priestess here. Okay, you could be um something regarding a priestess could be significant, or you are a high priest where it triggered you to tap into your spirituality more, and you're now just finding out you're a high priestess, or you're like, you're going to be walking into that somehow. But it could also be, I'm getting another message here where something triggered some type of an awakening where you're finding out that somebody here is the high priest or a high priestess. Okay. Now, with the Page of Wands here, I feel like with some type of spiritual awakening that you had, Libra, it has triggered you to explore and try to like dig down deep into spiritual awakenings. What a high priestess is, or a high priest. Like, somebody here is doing a lot of research in regards to tarot specifically, or just the unknown. It's a lot of the unknown, okay? And you're like exploring, and if it's not tarot, it could definitely be like religious aspects. It could be spiritual aspects. It could be something that the veil, something behind the veil. All right, we have the Six of Cups in the reverse. The Six of Cups is coming out because you may have went through a lot of periods in the past where something was not changing. It was kind of just stuck. It may have been you, Libra, okay? Somebody, I don't know if you were resisting change, or maybe feeling like you were stuck in the past a lot. It's a whole lot of like past actions that you were sticking to in some way, and it was like, I don't know, you were stuck on something specific from the past. Okay, it may have been in regards to somebody's actions, or maybe I don't, I'm getting a weird message with this one where somebody here was resisting change or being stuck in the past. Okay, and now that could have been you or somebody else with that, but you have the Strength card in the reverse here, where somebody here was doubting. I don't know if it was some type of connection. This could be a family member or a friend or a past connection that this is tied to, where it was like there's a lot of self-doubt when it comes to somebody here, whether that be yourself or somebody that was around you. Now we have the Magician here. You could be some type of magician here, but with the Magician is like it could be that you are very skilled at something. Okay, you're gaining your confidence back in March, where you're able to create everything that you need within your own life. Okay, Libra. Now that I get to the Magician, I feel like that's why the Six of Cups came out, because you may have been stuck in a lot of like your thoughts, the way that you think, right? And the way that you handle situations. I feel like it's like a mindset of how you were raised in some way. Okay, it's you sticking to the past, and it has a lot of it has stemmed from childhood. It may have been the way that you was raised, where you had a very limited mindset on change, and you like some way somehow you lost. I feel like you are the magician, but it's like it got lost somewhere from a few years ago up until now, where the magician, like, you lost some type of trait about yourself. When you know that you are the creator of your own life and you can create anything that you put your hands to, a Libra, there's something that was lost at one point. So you are somebody here that is the magician. I'm talking here to a magician that knows. And with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like once you figure this out and snap back into, it's you snapping back to self, Libra. Because there may have been a point where it was like, I'm talking to possibly like a older Libra here that knows they are the magician, lost their way through life somehow, and now it's like after this rebirth or this spiritual awakening, you're tapping back into yourself again. With the Ace of Pentacles, okay, I feel like you're having a new beginning this March. It's very beautiful, okay? And if your health was not good within the last 6 months, I feel like this March is going to be like the starting point with you getting your vitality back, your strength back. That is you getting your strength back in some way. And your health could be up to par at this time, where before maybe you were feeling a little bit slouched over the sofa and not doing much with yourself, and people saying, hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go for a walk? Oh, you want to go outside? Maybe in the past you didn't want to do that. Now you're going to start doing that. You're getting out more, Libra, this month. Like, you're definitely 100% getting out this month. Okay, you could have just, somebody here just, you possibly have multiple incomes, like streams of income, and one of them actually requires you possibly to step out more. Okay, I see a Libra really going outside more. That's why the grounded presence is here, because you're going outside more, you're doing more. And now nobody can really make comments, Libra, because you're on your shit this month. It's like before it was like a part of you was lost. You somehow got a spiritual awakening, okay? It's either it pertains to a high priestess or you are the high priestess, but you're also the magician, so you're creating everything that you want right now. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. Yes, okay? It is. You may have went through many times, Libra, over the course of the last few months, where it was like a lot of ups and downs, and it was like, I don't know, people may have been saying like comments to you, or maybe just you weren't in the best mood to really do anything, because I feel like you possibly went through a lot of ups and downs, and it's like every time you got your hopes up, it was like something happened here. But the Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. So nobody can really tell you shit. So now nobody can really say nothing, okay? Because now Libra is outside. Libra is going to be outside this spring, okay? So now nobody can really say shit. You could be outside. Like, if you have plants, you're going to be, or somebody has a greenery in some way, you might actually be outside attending more to your plants, grounding yourself more. I see somebody going for walks more, okay? You might start going to the park, okay? You might go out with friends more, but it's a lot of like grounding energy here. Okay, somebody here is a gardener, and you take really good care of your plants. And I feel like that could really help, Libra. You may have a dead plant, Libra. 444 on the timer. You might have a dead plant. And some way, it's like as soon as you put your hands on that plant and start helping it, cutting it, one of them needs a snip. Okay, I feel like as soon as you snip it, it's gonna start growing. Yeah, it might grow within 24 hours. All right, it might be one of those fast ass plants that like grow. I'm really bad at the names of plants. I have to look at a book, but you might have like a big plant and it might need some like it needs a lot of care, but I feel like one weekend you're gonna put, or afternoon or morning, whatever, but I see it's particularly a weekend, especially one that you have off. You're gonna attend to like a certain plant, you're gonna like snip the shit out of it, and then in the next 24 hours you're gonna notice how green it is and not as dry. Okay, you're gonna see how healthy it gets. And I feel like it's because of the way that you're attending to this plant. In some way it's like making you stronger, but also making the plant stronger. All right, you might have earth placements heavy, Libra, or it's somewhere in your birth chart. I'm getting here. Somebody might have earth placements, or you just you're very grounded. I see a lot of green. Okay, I see a lot of green, but it could be money. Okay, because I feel like your finances this month is gonna be looking good. I think, Libra. Yeah, no, I think, should I do one? Let me get one card for Libra for finances for the month of March. What is Libra's finances? Libra, I feel like your money is good because you had your read was not all that bad. I feel like you got the 3 of Cups. Your money is gonna be looking fine. 3 of Cups here, all right? That you're going to be making enough money where you're now able to go out and celebrate and go out and meet up with friends, go out for a cocktail. Okay, I see, if you are very loved in your community. All right, might you might make friends with a new neighbor, or maybe start actually like hanging out with a neighbor more. I see that. um but I do see, like, with your money, like, you're gonna have enough so that way you're able to give to others. Okay, with the 3 of Cups, is you gonna be able to spend money on your friends, spend money on your family, and it's like, I don't know, I see you chilling. Okay, for the month of March. Ace of Cups, you guys are full of compassion and love, like, Libra, for the month of March. Can't nobody tell you shit for the month of March. I thought I heard something. The cat, I thought he like hissed. All right, I feel like I don't really need to even do too much for you guys, Libra. Should we do no, I only got 2 more minutes on this. All right, let me get, actually, let me do a meditation. Which meditation for Libra, if I could get the cards before the time is. What is the best meditation for Libra for this month? Candle gazing meditation could definitely benefit during for you to be more grounded, but it could help you be grounded, because I see you're in your grounding period, Libra. But the candle gazing meditation could be beneficial after you get out the shower or before the shower. All right, it slows the racing mind. So if if, because I see there's a Libra here that can easily get, people can make you easily get drowned in your own thoughts. Okay, that's logical for Libra, but it slows the racing mind, reduces blood pressure and heart rate. Somebody here does deal with that, heart rate issues and blood pressure, and it calms the entire system. The entire system promotes peace and serenity, and brings you back to the presence. Okay, so that could definitely help, Libra, for you for the month of March, is the candle gazing meditation. All right, guys, we're off this. Peace out.